Today I'm going to be starting my series on who is Jesus and what does he offer. And we'll be looking for the next 8 weeks at an I am statement of Jesus. And all during that week, our daily visits together and these devotions will continue to go deeper into that theme. Today I'll be preaching from John chapter 6, where Jesus says several times, I am the bread of life. And the chapter begins in verses 1 through 15 with the miracle of Jesus feeding 5,000 people. Interestingly, this is the only miracle Jesus performs that appears in all 4 of the Gospels. That tells you how important and how significant that event was, both for revealing who Jesus was, for deepening the apostles' belief in him, and causing many other people to believe that Jesus was the Son of God. In John's version of the story, in John chapter 6, when Jesus sees this large crowd coming toward him, he says to Philip, the apostle, where are we to buy bread for these people to eat? And he said this to test him because Jesus already knew what he was going to do. And Philip answered him, 6 months' wages would not buy enough bread for each of them to get a little. And that brings us to our verses for today, verses 8 and 9 of John chapter 6. One of his disciples, Andrew, Simon Peter's brother, said to him, there is a boy here who has 5 barley loaves and 2 fish. But what are they among so many people? I want to tell you, I had an interesting experience on Friday afternoon on going to Regal Cinema in Hyannis to see the final 2 episodes of season 3 of The Chosen. And I actually had the opportunity, as did everyone who went, to meet the actor who's from Cape Cod named Yoshi, who plays Philip in the series The Chosen. And in fact, the final episodes of season 3 include this very story of the feeding of the 5,000. So it was very special for me to be there, to watch the episode, to meet the actor who plays Philip on the weekend when I'm preaching on this very story. Sometimes you just have to smile at what God brings together. But in this story, part of what's significant, if you remember when I preached on how every miracle begins with the problem, that you start with what you have. And that's exactly what happens here in this story. And even in the Chosen episode, Jesus asked the disciples, what do you have? And it's with the 5 loaves and the 2 fish that the miracle begins. When you offer what you have to God, however little and meager it may appear to you, God can do amazing things. I hope you'll be joining us for worship at either 8:30 or 10 o'clock, or tuning in to watch online as I share today about how Jesus is the bread of life.